Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Meg, and welcome back. And in today's video, we're gonna talk about a few bad dates, and I'll give my reaction. I mean, it's been hard out here for a lot of women and men. So without further ado, let's get to it.
The audacity of men is absolutely ridiculous, and dating them is just so freaking trifling. So I didn't even really want to go out on this day, but this guy had been asking and I kept putting him off, and I was like, you know what, like, I need to get out there. Let me just go on this date. It can't be that bad. So he picks a bar for us to meet at. I get there and I end up waiting like 20 minutes for this guy to show up because he's running late. He walks in, gives me a hug, sits down, and immediately turns to the bartender and orders 2 drinks for us. Doesn't ask me what I want, just go ahead and orders. And again, it's fine. The first time, I guess, like we had talked about my love of dirty martinis, it's on my profile. So he orders that, sure. And so I started making conversation with him, and like 30 minutes goes by and I realize he hasn't asked me one effing question about myself. And at this point I'm ready to leave, but then I think he finally clicks for him that he should probably ask me some questions. So he starts asking me some stuff back. Then he's like, oh, should we get another round? And I was like, yeah, sure. And again, this time he doesn't ask me if I want the same drink and just goes ahead and orders it for me. And I'm like, well, what if I didn't want that? And he's like, well, it seemed like you enjoyed the first one. So at this point I'm just like, ugh, God, okay, let's see how quickly I can get out of here. But I actually need this drink because I've just wasted my time. So I let this guy get me another drink and we're chatting, and it's now like 45 minutes into the evening, and he turns to me and he goes, so is it like time for us to make out yet? What? And that's literally what I said out loud. I started laughing and I was like, what makes you think that I want to make out with you after this conversation? And he's like, well, I just didn't want you to think that I was a weak man. I wanted to show you that I'm masculine and I just ask for the things that I want. What in the toxic masculinity bullshit is this? And I'm like, yeah, haha, no, like, I'm not comfortable with that. And I was like, yeah, anyways, I think it's like kind of getting late. And he's like, oh, and he just like jumps in and he's like, oh, let's go to another bar. He's like, let's just take one car. Like, we can take your car because I'm like really tipsy right now. And then we can just go to the other bar. And then I was like, well, how are you going to drive home if you have another drink? He's like, well, we can figure that out later, winky face. No, sir, you will not be sleeping anywhere other than the backseat of your car or motherfucking gutter. So I actually realized that this guy is actually way more drunk. And so I was like, look, I'm trying to get out of here. And then he's like, okay. But he's like not sober enough to drive. And I don't want that on my conscience. So I like flag the waiter down or like the bartender. And I'm like, hey, can we get like some food for this guy? Because he's really tipsy and he like needs to drive home, but I need him to sober up a little. So we get him some water. Bartender brings over like some chips and stuff. And so like I sit there with him for another 45 minutes because I'm a fucking good person. And also I just didn't want the guilt of if he drunkenly drove somewhere and killed someone. And so he does that and we part ways. And he's like, oh, can I get that kiss now? Bro, absolutely not. So I was just like, yeah, no. I got in my car and never talked to him again. And it was also the last time that I decided, if I don't feel like going, I'm just not going to go. There's a reason for it. Because the audacity of fucking men.
That one was a little funny. So, like, guys, of course, y'all are not going to listen to me because I'm just some dumb woman. But it's not that difficult. This guy did entirely too much. Who on a first date is going to think a man is strong because you're ordering drinks for both of us? Like, can y'all... Of course, this guy does not represent all men. What thoughts go through you guys' mind when you go out on dates? Like, what is in your head that is telling you to do stuff like this? I do not understand it. Like, you can't just be normal and converse amongst each other and let it be that. I'm so confused. It's literally that easy. I feel like a lot of you guys want to make problems with women and make it seem like it's us just because you guys think that you are never wrong. Like, please tell me why this guy assumed that she was going to kiss him on the first date, and what did he do to deserve a kiss? The assumption to me is just absolutely wild, number one. But I get sometimes that guys will see what they could get away with and see how they could test a woman, but this was just absolutely insane. And then you had the nerve to get drunk off your ass to where you couldn't even drive and she had to make sure you ate to sober up. That's that's probably the worst thing that you could have done, because for a lot of women, and me included, that would be like a huge deal breaker. If a guy can't even handle the liquor, you want to order the drinks, but you can't hold your liquor. Crazy. I just don't get it. But I mean, the red flags were there. Sometimes we may think it's a waste of our time, but if we know after one date, I mean, we're dodging a bullet and we are saving ourselves the headache that we would probably have to endure later on.
So this guy that I went on one date with, that was literally the worst date ever, keeps texting me, and I honestly got annoyed with it, so I decided to end it. So let me read the text messages, because so he texts me, "Hey, just thinking about the date we had. I haven't stopped smiling. When can I see you again?" I said, "That's wild, because I haven't stopped cringing." He said, "LOL, you play too much." Everything I said he thought was a joke. He said, "I know you was feeling me when I said I got my own LLC." I said, "Boy, like I said at the restaurant, your LLC probably stands for lame, lost, and confused. And you tried to flex by drop shipping a store with zero inventory." He said, "Wow, I got goals though. You said you like ambitious men," which I did, because I like a man with goals. I said, "Ambition is cute, but you spent our whole date talking about getting rich off of nonsense topics. And then your phone was cracked like your delusions." When I say his phone was cracked, it was shattered from top to bottom. I thought he was going to cut his finger every time he pulled it out. I was honestly concerned for him. He said, "Ayo, relax. I was just trying to have a good convo. You don't got to be mean." I said, "You tried to convince me that Drake is your cousin and that you got industry ties. Then, when your card got declined, you said it was Apple Pay hating. Please be serious." I'm gonna just blame it on him being light skinned, because when he tried to say like, "Oh yeah, Drake is that's my cousin, bro. It's the family." He tried to break it down how he in the family and how like he really know people in the industry. Okay. He said, "All right, so you clowning me now. I'm a good dude for real. You'll regret this." I said, "You're not a good dude. You're a grown man who said, 'Can I have a sip?' and reach for my drink with 2 hands." If anybody knows me knows I'm a freaking germaphobe. I don't know this man. I got me a freaking drink. I forgot what I got. It was some type of mixed like little frozen drink, gave it a little decoration. He had the nerve to try to grab my drink and take a sip out of it before my lips even touched it. Mind you, I'm pretty sure he got like a Shirley Temple or something. He said, "LOL, you dead wrong, but damn, I thought we vibed." I said, "You vibed, I endured," like a survivor on Naked and Afraid. Because I just really felt like that was like a funny thing. Like you was vibing, I was suffering. He said, "Okay, now you acting brand new. You not even all that to be talking to me like this." And I said, "You're not even regular. You're literally below average, and you have the confidence like you're a celebrity. You're delusional." He said, "Bet, you got jokes, but you probably still lonely AF. That's why you built like a door and you still single." I said, "Built like a door? Baby, you're shaped like a question mark and you still think you're the answer. Be safe, love," with a heart. And he didn't answer. But if y'all want more of these messages, let me know.
Oh my goodness, you guys, like that one was hilarious. I wish I could be as like an ounce clever as she is in these reads here. Oh my goodness. Oh, the clapback was amazing. Top tier, girl. I love it for you. Now, I feel like, of course we don't know. We only know her side of it. But if we have to go off of what she messaged, I don't, hopefully this is real and this isn't just a skit. I don't know. But again, guys, it's not that hard. You do not have to feel like you have to impress women with knowing Drake and, oh my God, you have a business, blah, blah, blah. You have connections to this, that, and the other. It's literally, most women are not gonna care. It's like, just be normal. Don't be below average, like she said to him. Oh my God, not shaped like a question mark, but you can't find the answer, or however she said it. I gotta use that. I mean, she was ready for the comebacks. It's amazing. Like, what can I say? Again, it's even when it comes to the drink. Like, why would you ask her for a sip of the drink? Couldn't you just have been like, okay, I'll finish mine and ooh, that looks good. You know, I'll get another one. I'll get one for me once I'm done with my first one, or just still order it. It's like you're really this is your first impression to make upon the girl. You think by asking to take her drink and going for it without even asking is gonna set forth a good impression? No, like it's cringy. And I'm a germaphobe too. Like I wouldn't want just anybody drinking from my drink. Now, I'll let a family member drink, okay, cool, but like not a complete stranger, man. Come on. Like it's like, I really feel like I know it's not easy because girls could be really weird too. I mean, let's just put it out there. Girls have their moments and are weird and cringy too. But it's literally not that hard. Me, as long as you converse well, you don't say anything offensive, try to do anything smart or try to make advances. That's literally all there is to it. If you mesh together, cool. If either one of you or none of you are feeling it, then that's just what it is. Dates don't always have to end up bad if you don't like each other or if one party doesn't like the other. Like somebody always has to make it weird. Can't you just go out on a date and just eat, converse, and just leave in peace? Like, why does there have to be expectations and trying to make it like you're some huge important person? Like literally nobody cares. But I don't know, I might have to DM her on TikTok to give me some one-liners because I will be using that question mark. And cracked like your delusions. And that's the other thing. I mean, that's not a deal breaker, I don't think, to any woman, but you're making yourself seem so high and mighty, but you have a cracked ass phone. Like, can we be so serious right now? But her comments and responses were so unserious, but I love that. I love this for her. Those responses were top tier.
Story time from a date I went on recently. This was like a month ago or so. Met this guy on Hinge. He lived in San Diego. I was going down there to see a concert. And the plan was we were going to meet up for drinks before, and then he was going to drive me to the concert. So we get to the restaurant. I show up. He walks in. Doesn't seem very excited to see me. Like, not very enthusiastic. I'm like, okay. Fast forward to the date. At one point, he goes, so how long have you had your nose ring? And I'm like, I don't know exactly, like 8 years or so. I'm like, it actually came before I got my tattoos. And he's like, oh, that's interesting. He's like, I'm trying to see how many daddy issues you have. Okay. Got it. Another point in the date, he goes, do you want to know something embarrassing? And I go, yes, absolutely. He goes, in college, I didn't know how often you were supposed to change your sheets. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, I only change them once a semester. He was a student athlete. He changed them once a semester. And I go, how did you not know that? He goes, well, my mom did them and we had a maid growing up. Okay. We leave the restaurant. We were going to go get ice cream across the street. It starts to rain. I'm in a white tank top. Doesn't offer me his jacket. I get in line for the ice cream place. It's raining. We were playing a game where we guess what people do for a living. And I go, okay, so like, what do you think I would do? And he goes, well, I'm biased. I know you're a bartender, but I would say a groupie. I look at him. I say, groupie? A groupie? Thank God I didn't tell him that the band I was going to see, I actually knew the drummer in it, but he didn't even know that. And I'm not a groupie. I didn't even like see the guy that I knew in the band. Then he said, we were outside of a vape shop and he goes, do you vape? And I go, no, I don't vape. And why? And he goes, you look like a vapor. What the heck does that mean? I look like a vapor? What? First of all, I zen, okay? But he didn't know that. So I guess I have a nicotine addiction. God forbid. Get into his car and we did make out. He was hot. Okay, I'll give him that. He was hot. But he tried to, in his car on the overpass in North Park in San Diego. And I was like, no. I was like, what are you doing? No. And he goes, oh, you don't want to do that? No, I don't want to do that. First date, dude, not your Jeep. Like, I'm not even going to sleep with you. And we're driving to the concert and he turns, he looks at me and he goes, we're totally going to hook up. I'm like, oh, really? You think so? I was like, you look like you can't find that. And he goes, jaw drops. He goes, what? And I was like, yeah, I said it. I said what I said. Oh, oh, he also said, he, we're in his car. He goes, oh, I'm going to Europe in a week for 3 weeks and you're not going to hear from me. And I look at him, I go, never said I wanted to. So never saw him again.
Wow, that was kind of a crazy story too. But again, just sometimes some of these guys want to be so judgmental and entitled. If it looks like she's a groupie, then why did you ask her out on the date? Like sometimes they say this for women, but sometimes I think guys are just bored sometimes and they just want to hang out with a girl and they'll just choose whoever is available. Like, I don't know, because it doesn't give that he liked her in any sort of way. Like he was just demeaning you throughout the entire time. It's like you look like you have daddy issues because of a septum ring. Like that is insane to me to actually say to somebody upon meeting them. Wow, like I just cannot, no ounce of chivalry. And why would you want to tell like that gross story about the sheet? Like who, like again, guys, it's like, I don't understand what goes through your minds. I know y'all are wired differently than women. What makes you think girls want to know about sheets during your college days? I don't know if they're in college now or what. What makes you think that a girl wants to hear about sheets you're washing twice a year? And to make it even worse, you don't do it because your mom and your maid used to do it. Like it's a lot of these guys, I'm telling you guys, nobody talks about this enough. A lot of these guys like to troll women and see how much they will let slide and test you in that way too. Like, I don't know. I think this is a thing. Like this guy could not have seriously liked her. And I mean, there was nothing wrong. Of course, we only hear one side of the story in most cases, but asking to do the thing with her on the way to the concert, like that is wild. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there are some women that probably would have let it happen. I mean, can we be for real? But I'm kind of mad that she kissed him. Like, we see cute people almost every day. It don't mean you have to kiss him. That kind of probably made him ask about the other thing. It's like, you can't let guys get away with that, even if it's just a kiss. Like, you know, when you meet a hot guy some other time in your life that actually respects you, because it didn't look like this guy gave a damn about anything at all. But yeah, it was a funny story. After a certain point, it's kind of like, okay, this guy clearly just doesn't care. He's just here for the vibes, as the kids like to say.
I was watching a man's video earlier where he was describing the worst first date he's ever been on. And basically, it was just the woman telling him that she wasn't trying to rush into a relationship and that she was celibate. And he came on TikTok and he was like, oh my God, this is the worst first date of my life. And it made me cackle out loud because like a man's nightmare date is a woman saying that she's celibate. Meanwhile, we go on first dates with men who do horse tranquilizers in the bathroom of AMC Lowe's or like chase us in the night in like a park after trying to sexually assault us. Like, I would kill to be a straight man just for like one day.
That is absolutely wild to hear a guy say the worst first date is because the girl is celibate. It's where do y'all come up with this stuff? Now, I mean, I didn't see the video she's talking about. I don't know if he mentioned other things that were kind of red flags or weird. I'm just gonna take it for face value from what she said, he said in the video. Guys, when are y'all gonna ever realize it? Like, everything does not revolve around sex. I'm sorry to tell you guys, women are not wired that way. And girls, do not break your celibacy or abstinence for these guys, because that's all they want. If they bringing that up on first and second dates, just stop it right there, because that's all they're after. But yeah, absolutely. Wow. And she's right. That is hilarious to think about. We as women worry if we're going to even make it home after a date. And this guy is saying a bad date because the girl said she's celibate. Like, this is laughable to me. Again, like I said, there are weird women out there. I'm not going to deny that. But I mean, to come on TikTok about it is absolutely crazy and just wild to me. Okay, you guys, so that's all the clips that I have for today's video. Definitely let me know what you think down below. Have you had a bad date recently? Have you had a good date recently? I want to hear about it down below. I would love to read the responses if I get any. This is the world that we're living in, a land of assumptions and taking advantage of women and just all out weirdness. But yeah, just be careful out there, guys. Just be careful. Men too. Like I said, women be crazy as well. I just want to keep it fair. But yeah, I definitely want to know all the tea down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because that really helps me out and that helps to support the channel, and it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much again for watching. And P.S. if I see any comments mentioning passport, modern women, or anything else degrading, demeaning, or offensive to women, your comment is going to get deleted. Okay? I just have to let you know beforehand. So before you think about writing a think piece, a dissertation, or an essay about how much women suck, don't even think about it, because it's getting deleted. Don't waste your time, okay? It's okay if you want to make a neutral comment. It doesn't have to be overly positive, because I respect a different opinion, but you're not gonna disrespect women in my comments. Just gotta put it out there. So write it if you want, but it's gonna get deleted, okay? Bye, have a good day. See y'all later.